The Kansas City Chiefs have made another trade. This time it's for Patriots pass rusher Josh Uche. They send a 2026 sixth-round pick to acquire Uche in this move. We're going to react to it here on 4 Verts. My name is Harrison Graham. Lots of thoughts on this and a whole lot more. But before we get to all of that, help us out. Hit that subscribe button here on the channel. We're trying to get to 5,000 subscribers as soon as possible. Appreciate all the love and support you guys continue to show. Daily NFL, college football videos here on the channel. So if you want more content, go ahead and subscribe today. My instant takeaway and reaction here, if I'm being completely honest, is that's it. That's all it takes to get Josh Uche, a 2026 sixth-round pick. And look, I'm not acting like Uche's a great player. He had 11.5 sacks in 2022. The other, I guess, this is his 5th year, I guess 4.5 or 3.5 years, he's had like 10 total sacks. So he's not some world beater, but he costs like no money against your cap, and you're giving him away for a 6th-round pick 2 drafts from now. It just made me think after the DeAndre Hopkins trade and now this one, why do teams keep helping the Chiefs? I'm sorry, is a 2026 6th-round pick the best you can do for Josh Uche if you're the Patriots? That's the best offer you're going to get in the next 8 days? You can't get a future 5th? Can't get a 6th this year from another team? And by the way, and I'm not saying this current regime should be thinking about this when they make personnel moves, but like to me, like if I'm Kraft, if I'm the owner, I'm like, wait a second. The Chiefs are trying to complete a three-peat in terms of 3 straight Super Bowls. The one thing we never did in our dynasty, why would we help them even 1% pull that off? Like if you're the Patriots, like if I take this trade to my owner and I'm like, hey, we're going to pull the trigger on this. If I'm Kraft, I'm like, a 2026 6th-round pick is not enough to help that team out, try to chase something and do something we were never able to do with Belichick and Brady. Like, I just don't get it. Josh Uche is a decent rotational pass rusher. You can't get a 5th. You can't get a 6th in this draft. If this is the best you can do, I'd rather just keep him. Like, I don't understand this at all from New England's standpoint. And I didn't understand, if I'm being honest, the Titans trade. A conditional 5th-round pick that only becomes a 4th if he plays 60+% of the snaps and the Chiefs make the Super Bowl. So yeah, I guess it's an okay chance considering they've gone to several Super Bowls, but all of that has to happen to get a 4th, not even a 3rd. That's the best trade that was on the table for DeAndre Hopkins. Like, you traded him 2 weeks before the NFL trade deadline for a conditional 5th to the best team in the NFL. That's the best you can do if you're Tennessee. Like, Pittsburgh, who's been desperate for a receiver, wouldn't offer more. Like, I guess I can't say with certainty, but if all things are equal, even if there's a slightly worse trade on the table, I'd probably do that before I'm helping the Chiefs out. It's just bizarre that the team that has just completely dominated the NFL for a half decade now is chasing a three-peat, is just getting, I don't want to say handouts, but pretty Chiefs-friendly deals before the NFL trade deadline. Hopkins for a conditional 5th, Uche for a 6th 2 drafts from now. That's all you got, New England? I mean, kudos to Brett Veach and his staff because these are low-risk moves. At minimum, they'll be small contributors. At maximum, Hopkins might end up being this team's top receiver. Uche won't start, but could be a guy who rotates in quite a bit, especially on pass rushing downs. And you're giving up nothing to get him. I mean, if I'm a Chiefs fan, I'm like, sweet. Josh Uche for a 6th in 2 years. I'm not even going to remember that when that draft is here because we'll probably be celebrating a 3rd or 4th straight Super Bowl. That would be my thought if I was a Chiefs fan. Just, wow. I don't understand these teams. I mean, I don't understand draft night. The Bills trade with the Chiefs so the Chiefs can get Xavier Worthy. Bills still got Keon Coleman. He's been good. Worthy's been fine. But it's the process. Why would you trade with the team you're trying to chase to win a Super Bowl? It makes no sense. it's not like this is like just the team who was the best last year. This is the team that, since the Patriots dynasty ended, has been by far the best team in the NFL. Not even close. And teams are just selling players for 75 cents on the dollar more than a week out from the trade deadline. You're not going to get a better offer than a 2026 sixth-round pick for Josh Uche. That is pretty mind-boggling if you ask me. Do want to hit on Diontae Johnson as well. Is he the next player to get traded? Adam Schefter reports that Johnson is expected to be dealt before the deadline on November 5th. Has almost 400 yards this year. I call him like a good number 2 receiver. He's not a number 1. Watch the Chiefs get him. I don't think they will, but they're pretty strapped for cash at this point. But I do wonder, A, what his market will be, and B, who will get him. He kind of feels like 4th, 5th round pick, like maybe the Hopkins type of deal, which again is kind of like, I know Johnson's having a better statistical year, but Hopkins or Johnson, I'll take Hopkins on a rental all day. I think a few teams that stand out to me. Baltimore, I still think they could add one more piece to that offense. I think he'd be a good fit next to Flowers and Bateman. The Cowboys, are they willing to buy? I don't know. They're 3-4 now, but other than CeeDee Lamb, that offense just has no playmakers at any skill spot. Ferguson seems to take a step back. They have no running backs, no receivers other than CD. I think that'd be a good move for Dallas. Philadelphia, if they want to kind of make get that true number 3 guy, he'd be one of the best, if not the best, number 3 receiver in the NFL. They have a great duo in Devontae Smith and obviously A.J. Brown as their number 1, but they haven't really identified that third guy this year. And then the 49ers. Debo's been in and out. Brandon Ayuk is out for the season. Pearsall had a nice little game last night, but he's not ready for a major role probably. Jawan Jennings has been hurt. I think Diontae Johnson, with his ability to separate in that offense, which is something they need, a man beater, I think he'd be a really good fit for San Francisco, so keep an eye on that. I think they're a good possibility. I think out of all these teams, I actually like that fit the best, but it sounds like he's going to be on the move. And Christian Kirk, it sounded like, was going to get traded as well, but that is probably dead now because he broke his collarbone. So any team that would trade for the Jags receiver wouldn't have him for probably at least 6, maybe not 8 weeks. So that's pretty unlikely for a player to get traded if he's not going to be available for the next 2 months. So Chiefs keep loading up. They're chasing that three-peat. And Diontae Johnson likely to be the next player on the move. All right, we're out of here on 4 Verts. My name is Harrison Graham. We'll have a little Monday Night Football reaction tonight, Steelers, Giants, so stay tuned for that. Like I said, trying to get to 5,000 subscribers. We're at like 4,200, 4,300. If you want daily NFL and college football content, you know what to do. Hit that subscribe button. My name's Harrison Graham. We'll see you soon.